my mother shipped me off to America, and I haven't been the same since. Hi guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Shanae Porter, and this is gonna be my very first YouTube video. So my first video that I wanted to do today was what I wish I knew before moving to America. Now, before I get into what I wish I knew, let me start with the backstory. So once upon a time, there were two people. They came together and they had me. Then 16 years later, after my dad moved to America and became a citizen, my mom stayed in Jamaica and she raised us, and then we came to America when I was 16. We being my two younger sisters, Oriana, who was 13 at the time, and Latanya, who was 14 at the time. I am now 21, so that's like I was 16 when I came here. That's like 5 years ago. And Latanya is 19, she's about to be 20, and Oriana is 18. So we have come a long way. And yeah, so we moved to Massachusetts, Cape Cod. That's the first place that we moved, and we went to live with my dad and his family. And ever since then, my life has changed forever, and I am now living in Atlanta, Georgia, going to the illustrious CAU, and life has been great. Like, I'm grateful for the life that I have, but I've definitely struggled, but I'm just grateful for the life I have. And today I'm gonna let you guys know some things that I wish I knew. So let's just get into it. Let's get right into it, because I know you guys want to know. So the first thing that I wish I knew before coming to America was that I would lose like all sense of familiarity and home. I mean, I know it's kind of, maybe for some people it's common sense that you would lose like you're going to a new place, but I was a kid. I was 16, and 16 may not seem like a child's age. To me, when I was 16, I was still basically a baby. I grew up in a very I wouldn't say a strict household, but a very I could talk to my mom about anything. Like, I was close to her, but she also made sure that, I guess she made sure that we got our childhood, that we didn't race or run away from our childhood too quickly. So yeah, I got the chance to be a kid for as long as I could. And then just coming here, I kind of lost that sense of familiarity, because, you know, I'm not with my mom anymore, the person who raised me, the person who, like, every problem I've ever had in this world, the first person I've thought to like go to was my mom, and still is my mom to this day. So yeah, I felt kind of alone, and I was the oldest sister, so I now had to, like, you know, take care of my two younger sisters, and kind of like I had to be like, I had to step up to the plate. It's a very isolating experience, because it's just especially as a kid, you're coming to a whole new world. You've never been here before. You're leaving one world while coming to a whole new one. So the next thing that I wish I knew before moving to America was that I would miss the food and literally be sick from eating all this food here in America. In Jamaica, we do have fast food. We have KFC, Burger King, Wendy's, Popeyes. We have all of those. Well, most of them. We have all those fast foods, but I'm from the country in Jamaica. I'm from St. Elizabeth. So I wasn't really like, KFC, Burger King, Pizza Hut, all of those were once in a blue moon type of thing. So you would like crave it, but you wouldn't like get tired of it, because you didn't eat it as often. So when I came here and I started eating like all of that food, I was like, I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of greedy with it, because I was like, oh my god, I finally have all these things like at my disposal, so close, and it's so cheap too. And I just really got tired of it. And not only that, but just like food in general here, I really just got tired of it, because it just tastes different. Everything just tastes different, like the milk, everything. So another thing that I wish I knew before moving to America concerning the food was the food quality, which that made me sick of the food even quicker. Why is the meat, the eggs, everything so raw? Like it just has this raw smell, this raw taste. It's like everything is wrong with it. And I don't eat eggs anymore. I can't tell you the last time I've eaten an egg because I don't like the taste of the eggs here. The milk is okay. I definitely do miss the food quality in Jamaica. You know, people kind of sell you the American dream. It is a land of opportunity. It really is. But are some of the sacrifices that you make worth it to get that dream? That's the big question. For me, it kind of is, because in the long run, I want to return home and I want to go home, raise my kids there, and like grow old there. Like that's the long run for me. I don't know if it is for anybody else, but that's the long run for me. Another thing that I wish I knew before moving to America was that I would constantly have to explain myself. My culture, everything. So I would talk. People say I have an accent when I speak English. I don't hear the accent. Sometimes I hear it because sometimes you're talking English, you're speaking English, and then all of a sudden, like patois just come out of nowhere. Yeah, like that. That's the only time I hear an accent, when like I'm speaking and then all of a sudden my mouth just goes zoop and goes into, then it just going out speaking patois. That's the only time I hear my accent. But other than that, I don't hear an accent. Whenever people would hear me speak, they would ask me, oh, where are you from? And I would say, I'm from Jamaica. And then they would ask me a bunch of questions. But I am proud of my culture. I love educating people about my culture, which is why I also created this platform to educate people, because I am a journalism major. But what I really do hate, which isn't really people's fault, because you get most of your news from media which isn't necessarily right, like isn't necessarily accurate. But what I hate is sometimes when people come to me with the ignorant statements. They curse. They say, the B word. I don't know if I'm allowed to say the B word on here. But yeah, they say that B word. I'm tired of hearing it. Every time I say I'm from Jamaica, I'm tired of hearing that word. It's like, is it my responsibility to educate everybody on something that they need to know when there's the World Wide Web, there's books? Go look on the internet and use reputable sources. That is easy. And I know like some of the media lies, but if you take the time out to search for an answer, you'll get one. Another thing that I wish I knew before moving to America is the smell of outside in the cold seasons. Why does it smell so bad? Like, why does it smell so raw? Every time I go outside in the cold seasons, it smells so bad. And I don't know what it is, because it smells bad here in Georgia and it doesn't snow. And it smells bad when it snows in Massachusetts. So it smells bad like all through the cold times. And when you go outside, you start smelling raw. You come in, all you can smell is yourself. Just raw. Another thing that I wish I knew before moving to America is that I would miss wearing uniforms. Oh my god. So if you guys don't know, in Jamaica we wear uniforms. When I was in Jamaica, I attended the Hampton School. These skies of blue in tropic seas. We wore a blue tunic over a white button down top. I miss wearing my uniform because I could just wake up. I knew exactly what I was gonna put on and then just go out the door and I'm ready for school and I'm gone. Here I have to get up, plan an outfit every single day, because I'm not going out looking like just anything. I mean, sometimes I dress very comfortable. I don't dress up, but I still have to like make sure the shoes match the top and everything else, So that is very time consuming, and sometimes it's stressful because sometimes I just don't know what I want to wear. So they say to appreciate what you have, because you never know when you're not gonna have it, or something along those lines. Another thing that I wish I knew before coming to America was that I would miss the sense of community and oneness that I felt in Jamaica. So Everybody know Jamaican people fast, we're enough, we love people business, we're inquisitive, every single thing. So we're always in that people business. Every community member always know everybody always know everybody, and it's just like, you know, you always feel like people in their business and you always are complaining about me can't feel left out of the place, blah 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 blah. But sometimes I miss that. I really, really do. I just really, 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 really miss the sense of community, because you know, even though we're fast and we're enough and we love my girl business, like Mary couldn't go to John house without Suzette knowing, you know? And then Suzette would answer, hey John, you know, Mary did that here earlier, look for you. Maybe you need to call her because it is sound kind of urgent, you know? And I kind of miss that, because it used to help. It helps a lot. And it just, even though they're fast, like, no, it's just like, you know, you have somebody looking out, watching to see if somebody is in your house or like in your yard or something like that. So I miss that. Living here in Atlanta, I don't know anyone. Like, I live in my apartment. I have not met not one person in my apartment, only my roommates. So that's kind of isolating as well. And then at my school, I'm not really one to make a lot of friends. I have my sister Latanya and my cousin Britannia, and the three of us are Jamaican, so I kind of stick to them because, you know, I can speak my language. They can understand me. If I say something, like, I don't have to explain my jokes, I don't have to explain certain things. It's so much easier being around my people, like my Jamaican people. Yeah. Another thing that I wish I knew before moving to America was that I would lose myself, and I had to also decide if I wanted to assimilate to American culture or if I wanted to live authentically me and like just figure out how to navigate life here living authentically me. Because, you know, I'm in a whole new country and I'm trying to figure out, I'm in a whole new world and I'm trying to figure out, should I keep parts of that old world, like hang on to it and just be me, even though it's going to make it harder for certain people to connect with me? Or should I just assimilate and kind of forget? And I chose to be me, because it's when I came here, I was so scared that I was going to make friends who like understood me and appreciated me and like understood my jokes. But I made two of my closest friends. Like, I have my four best friends in Jamaica. Shout out to Casa. I have two really close friends. I have some friends in Massachusetts, but two really, 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 really close friends that I made in Massachusetts. Shout out to Bianca. She's my best friend in Massachusetts. And then shout out to Christina. And then I also have other friends in Massachusetts as well, but these two were the closest. And then here, my two roommates are my two best friends here in Atlanta. So I have best friends in Jamaica, best friends in Massachusetts, and best friends here, which is the best of all the worlds. So they really accepted me for who I am. Like, you know, sometimes as Jamaican people, we make jokes about certain things that people would take to heart and say, oh, you're insulting them. But my roommates, they can match me. Like Jade, oh my God. Today, we spent basically the whole day together, and it was so crazy because we were all making jokes on one another. And I can't believe this, because Jade isn't good at like making jokes about people. She's not as good as me, because I eat her up. But today she ate me up twice, not once but twice, and I'm so proud of. I had to give her a high five like 2 times, both those times, because she really did eat me up with those jokes. But yeah, so I'm so grateful to have found friends who, you know, accept me. They don't take everything that I say to heart, because they know I don't mean it. And I don't take everything that they say to heart, because I know that we're all just joking, because that's my relationship with many, many people. Like, we joke around. Every Jamaican knows that. We joke around with each other, but do we mean it? And like, of course, if I make a joke that my friends or my family thinks goes too far, I'm gonna stop making that joke. But again, the people that I love, the people that I'm closest to, they match me in jokes. And so that's what I appreciate. I love that. So yeah, I went completely off track. But anyways, yeah, so I chose to live my authentic self. And I'm so grateful to do that. I didn't lose myself, because, you know, it's really hard. It is very hard to exist here, to exist in one world while you are literally a part of a whole nother world that is like so almost completely opposite of this world. Because Americans drive on the wrong side of the road. They do all of these different things that we don't do, and it's just crazy. But I've learned the balance. Like, when I need to speak English, I speak it, and then every other time it's patois. When like I know how to like seamlessly intertwine my worlds, so it's easier for me. And then I don't feel like, oh, I have to like pretend like I'm a different person. I don't try to do that because for me it's too tiring, and I'm not really into that. The final thing that I wish I knew is that leaving out on your own, let me read what I wrote. Leaving out on your own is not easy at all, but it will be absolutely necessary for your growth, one, and your peace, two. Do not stay in the place of your family because you're comfortable there. Don't stay there. Go out. Didn't you see when God was leveling Abraham up, he took him out of the place of his ancestors? Leave. You need to go out on your own, figure out your life, get your life together, figure out who you are, what you want to do, what you want to spend the rest of your life doing, who you want to tell the world that you are, the legacy that you want to leave behind. You need to go out on your own. It's not going to be easy. Some of your family members will probably despise you for it. And maybe they'll grow to understand later, or maybe they won't, but it's going to be okay. But this last piece of advice is not just for immigrants. It's for everybody. Don't stay where you're familiar and comfortable, because you won't grow in your comfort zone. You don't have to leave the state like I did. You don't even have to leave the town. You can just go find a place of your own. Like, if you can, try to go out and explore, especially if you're young like me. I'm 21. Go out and explore. Do not let life hold you down. If you can help it, don't let life hold you down and keep you in one place. If you left from Jamaica and you came to New York, make sure that at some point in your life, you're going to other places and experiencing life in other places, because your destiny might not be in New York. Your destiny might be in Colorado. It might be in California. It might be somewhere else. That are saying like you're betraying them for leaving. They had to leave Jamaica to come over here to make a better life for themselves and for you and for their families. So you have to do the same thing. Go somewhere new where you can experience true freedom, real peace, real growth, where you can experience life, where you're not constantly being held down by the opinions of the people you care about. Because the people you care about, sometimes their opinions can really, really harm you because you value them so much. Trust me. I value the people that I really love and respect the most in this world. I value their opinions so much. And so it's gotten to the point where I kind of have to distance myself to clear my head and make sure that the voices that are speaking in my head are my own. Because at the end of the day, I want to look back and think, you know, Shanae, you make your own decision them. And whether you regret them or not, you make them. Nobody else will force you to make them. You made your own decisions. And trust and believe, guys. If God puts a dream in your head, trust me, He is going to execute. He's going to help you to execute it. He's going to give you all the resources and the opportunities, everything to execute it. Because when I came here, to this day, on a day-to-day basis, I may not have everything that I need to do the things that I want to do, but trust and believe, there's some way, somehow, God is going to make a way, and He's going to put people in your life that are going to help you, people who believe in you, people who can push you. So once you take that first step of faith, He's going to be right there providing everything that you need along the way. So don't be afraid. Do not be afraid. Don't be afraid of failure. Don't be afraid of success, because I know people who are like that. I'm like that. Don't be afraid of failure, and don't be afraid of success, because it's going to be okay. Everything is going to be okay. And regardless of if you're scared or not, life moves on and time passes. So are you gonna make the time pass and you'll be afraid? Or are you gonna try to bypass that fear and do what you need to do? And as time passes, it'll get better. It's not all negative and it's not all positive, but you know, you just have to find a healthy balance, and you have to have ambition. Yeah, you have to have that. But yeah, those are the things that I wish I knew before moving to America. Hopefully this video was helpful. But yeah, guys, thank you so much, and I'll see you later.